Hi, hello, welcome to the Oracle Consularship brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your Oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the finding for a channeled, slightly open reading. I just want to do channeled. I do have some understanding, but if it comes up, then I'll talk ad nauseum ad infinitum, which I prefer not to do. If you're new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Welcome home. You belong. It's a pleasure and honor to have you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to serve you. We might be dealing with Taurus energy or Taurus season. We just started Taurus season here. Sun in Taurus. It seems like there's going to be some fading away or some purging. Five of Cups. That's the universal element of this card is purging disappointments or revelations in the sense of something kind of goes away that was illusionary. Now there's an overt shift from what was previously a facade or a mirage. So there's some information that I'm getting. There's also something coming back, mostly a connection. Now, it's not always intimate. It can be, yes, filial, meaning romantic. It can also just be congenial. You know, the hermit, that could have been some time alone. It's getting to the depths of the soul, using soul's wisdom to kind of explore, investigate, enumerate, enlighten. Now, we can have been shifting and purging and twisting and changing since perhaps a couple full moons ago. So we're 60 days since, like about 2 months, about 8 weeks, otto settimane. Uh, there was some kind of situation or shift during the the Virgo full moon. Now we're moving on towards Scorpio full moon. So that was 2 months ago. Messy. Where something could open up because there was an ending or an illumination of some kind. So our intuition or our instinct might be telling us something. So the main four cards for this entire reading are going to be the Hermit, the Ace of Cups, the Justice, and the King of Swords. Again, I repeat, the Hermit, the Ace of Cups, the Justice, and the King of Swords. These are the four tarot cards that are going to define the overall energy of the entire gathering, the entire reading here today as we meet and gather. Now, there will be other cards that clarify and delineate, perhaps even modify the meanings of these cards. However, the baseline formalized energy will be the four cards of Hermit, Ace of Cups, Justice, King of Swords. Virtues of Abundance is the Galactic Temple of Ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. If anything resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. From Liminal 11 Publishing, we'll be using the Modern Witch Tarot by Lisa Sturl, and that's to impose the guidance. It's the baseline reading here. And again, the four cards for the overall energy for this entire gathering will be Hermit, Ace of Cups, Justice, King of Swords. So Justice, King of Swords could be some type of Sun and Libra. To a lesser degree, it could be a Capricorn rising. It can also be a judge, a lawyer. King of Swords can be somebody who's mastered some type of technical skill. It can be accreditations as well. So the skill that's technical versus practical would be one requires knowledge, education, refinement. The other one requires some type of accreditation. So like a degree or letters or credential of some kind. So that's very much with the Justice card, it can be a Libra Sun or Capricorn rising, a Libra Sun or a Libra midheaven, so Capricorn rising. It could also just be a lawyer or a judge, some type of, it's a lawyer or a judge, somebody that's master's level, because kings are mastery of swords, technical skill. It's modified here with the Justice card bringing in Libra energy, mainly a Libra midheaven or a Libra sun. For the Libra midheaven, we'd have Capricorn moon. Now, this is really talking about the full moon that was in Virgo. That was about a few months ago during Pisces season. We just began Taurus season, so it's less than 60 days ago, probably 5, 6 weeks. No, 6 or 7 weeks, excuse me. So there's a memory here that's coming through, coming out, because our deepest soul's need is coming. We've got into the depths of our soul through examination, investigation with the Justice card, but normally it's just soul searching using soul's wisdom to discover an answer that we have to retreat to the inside of ourselves, some kind of sage wisdom, wise counsel, maybe some teaching and preaching. It can also be the attendant of Sati Devi, so something about, truth and justice. Yeah, I'm hearing the song, When You Are Ready, I Will Surrender. Take me and do as you will. Yeah, bring it back, sing it back, bring it back to me. Yeah, Bring It Back by Moloko, Moloko, Moloko. It's Russian Murphy's band before she was a single artist. Um, so I feel like karma has kind of served its purpose. And with the hermit, it would have required some type of time alone, maybe isolation between the two. And I just looked down at the clock and it was 2, 3, 4, a progressive number. Come, go, come to my sweet melody. So something's luring us back, or we're hearing the call of the wild, or the call of creation because there's been some kind of alignment. We have the Knight of Pentacles with the Hermit. That's a Mars or a Mars in Virgo or Virgo rising. Ten of Pentacles, Mercury in Virgo, or in the sixth house, Six of Wands, Page of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles, Hermit could be some type of Pisces rising. And remember when I said there was an event, that there was a Pisces event. So that was some kind of full moon. Typically, it would be Saturn, the moon, or Venus. It's not Saturn right now, for sure, for sure. There's no way Venus could be in Pisces right now, so it has to be the moon. And then we got a confirmation. So on the way towards Virgo, and this is the past. So yeah, there was an event that happened in Virgo, and it was the moon where there was some type of manifestation. And normally with a manifestation related to the moon, it's a karmic completion. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles here, ringing true of a completion where we gain some type of technical mastery, technical skill, or there was some expediation, repudiation, or manifestation of like karma, justice. Now we're in some type of Six of Wands, some type of elite or exalted status here. We might have even received glory, received Wands glory from the divine. Anything after the Wheel of Fortune would be divine. So we have the Justice card, number 11, immediately after the Wheel of Fortune, we have the King. And really, the Ace of Wands goes with that as well. So there's some type of karmic justice here with the Hermit and the Chariot. That means successful teaching, successful teacher. Four of Cups with the Chariot card talks about moon in the fourth house, moon in the sign of Cancer. Judgment and Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, Judgment and the Justice card brings in a specific type of Shiva energy. And remember, I was just talking about Sati Devi. So it's saying here that over the last 2, 3 weeks, we've been So since the new moon, we've been building up towards some type of golden pastures. I'm hearing strawberry fields forever. So something is blossoming or yielding or budding or breaching to the surface. And it was based on some type of karmic. Also, we have Venus in Virgo, we have Mercury in Virgo, or in the sixth house. We also have, um, with the Knight of Pentacles in the Hermit card, that could be Mars in Virgo or really Virgo season or Virgo rising. So if we have a Virgo rising, we would have Venus and or Mercury in the first house. So there was some type of karmic lesson that we've overcome. Now we've returned to the eternal kingdom and heaven on earth as well. Ten of Cups, eternal kingdom. Ten of Pentacles, heaven on earth. There's also the intended and the destined path that we should be on. The Nine, the Chariot, the Judgment, that's all calling on our life. The calling on our life is to be some type of supreme authority, absolute authority, King of Swords. At the very least, have something powerful in either our seventh house justice card or some type of power in our hand that can call in justice. With the Judgment card and the Page of Swords, we might have the power to call upon justice, or we call justice and it's finally being served here. With the Five of Wands, Ten of Cups, Page of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles, something's being observed, something's being monitored. There may be some type of Aries rising, Venus in the seventh house, Venus in Justice card. I mean, Venus in Libra. Um, I'm getting a lot of seventh house Venus energy. We have the Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Ace of Swords. So something happened karmically around the Pisces season, which was the Virgo full moon. That was less than 60 days ago, about 6, 7, almost 8 weeks ago. It was an expedition of a karmic cycle. It did complete. At the time, something karmic had to come back up, pop back up. It needed to be confronted or faced. Not necessarily from the past, but it was something from the past being worked out because its energy is going back to address the past. So the past did not pop up, circle the block, lurker durker schmirk, trying to, haunt or confront, but it did need to be addressed. Oh, and I retract that statement because the devil and the judgment card is the past coming back to haunt or confront. I didn't see it, so I spoke too soon. I should have brought out all the cards. But with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, it could also talk about Capricorn energy. Knight of Pentacles, devil is Capricorn rising. King of Pentacles devil is a Capricorn sun, or remember I was talking about Capricorn rising before as well. So we also have Capricorn sun and Aries energy, Aries rising. So we have Aries rising, Capricorn rising for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, when you're ready, I will surrender. Take me and do as you will. Bring it back, sing it back, bring it back to me. Come, 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 come to my sweet melody. Okay, so Ace of Swords, the truth is here with the Judgment card, some kind of celestial judgment is being rendered, entered into the record. With the Ten of Cups and the Judgment card, this also talks about the halls of Akasha, confirmed by the Justice card, Il Justicia la Justicia. So then I was also speaking to this Justice card with the King of Wands, would say that we have, again, Cancer rising. We have Capricorn rising. We have Virgo rising. We have Aries rising. Confirmation on the Aries rising, confirmation on the Capricorn rising. Confirmation on the events happening in Pisces and in Virgo. So we had a Virgo event that happened during Pisces season. That's almost certainly a Virgo full moon. And see, what might not be abundantly clear, but what is happening right now is something that was been on the back burner or something that came towards us that we were too in our karma and our low vibration to manifest, to matriculate. It's still there and it's working itself out. Some kind of situation is going to be attended to. And to be honest, there might be something waiting for us, and we might have had to have a karmic lesson. And it's not necessarily bad. We might have had to confront something that was right in front of us that we weren't able to deal with. There might have been some bigotry, some control, some dominance, maybe even a little bit of, yeah, no, I'm not going to say those other things because we don't have the emperor yet. And watch in the next round, the emperor might come out because I was thinking that the devil was going to appear and then I disregarded it and then boom, dada, there you go. The devil showed up. So we almost got in a relationship, some kind of union, whether it was a marriage union or a business union. There was some type of partnership, whether it be congenial, whether it be filial, there was some type of union, of partnership. More partnership than anything else, because we don't have a two of cups, we don't have a four of wands, we don't have a lover's card, we don't have a temperance card. We do have the devil, we do have the justice card. So those are two winged beings, which talks about incarnational cycles, confirmed by the judgment card, something about our eternal soul. With the devil, it always speaks about perhaps the ability to lose the eternal soul, which means we needed to yield to the divine. Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles says that we did. With the Six of Wands here, it says that we did. We received glory in some kind of way. With the devil card, though, there was some type of battle. It was against ignorance, illusion, some type of falsity, some type of fear. We've gained clarity over said fear. King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, that's wanting something to yield, wanting something to pay off, to pay dividends, to take hold, to take shape. Eight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. We wanted to make investments into something, but ones that we're going to earn, that we're going to yield, that we're going to reinvest. We needed to work something out, work something through. We might have even had to wait for somebody else to work through something, to get something together. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm sensing. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling. On our end, we had to take action. We might not have done it immediately. There might have been a little bit of fear or confusion. It might be because we were kind of wanting things to manifest the way that we had seen it. Or we thought something was going to manifest in a certain way. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it couldn't. I feel like it's because we were a little bit too either heavy-handed. Maybe we were a little bit terrifying. Because even though we have this negative influence or toxic energy devil card on our end, the manifestation of, because that's the spiritual element, major arcana devil, the manifestation of that is actually over here on the other side. Five of Wands, that's the manifestation of a karmic event. Five of Wands specifically, especially in this context, there was a karmic lesson. There might have been a little bit of, narcissismo, a little bit of toxicity. Somebody might have been. Herman in reverse is basically a narcissist or somebody who's overly entitled. I'm just going to say it like that. No, I don't like that word because it's new age. So not a lot of us are using it correctly, but it's new. It's going to take us a while to get off those training wheels. And that's just the way I look at it. And let's move on. When I'm hearing that song, get it together, you've got to heal your body, get it together, you've got to heal your heart whatsoever. And so it will be get it together. The choice is yours, no matter what it is. To choose life is to choose to forgive. So shake the weight off so you'll be ready to fly. One shot through the heart without breaking the skin. No one has the power to hurt us like our kin. But sometimes it's soul family, especially with the Ten of Cups. It doesn't always have to be our actually family member. It can very well be. But normally we'd have pentacles outside. I mean, okay. Normally we'd have court cards outside of the swords. Pentacles, okay, well, maybe if we have a family member that's a Capricorn or Daddy Warbucks. But when you have the Ten of Cups, if you want to look to family, you'd also need a King of Cups. King of Cups is father, Queen of Cups is mother. We don't have that. As I said, Vertex of Abundance is the galactic temple of ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. From Right Avocado, we have the minor arcana from Cosmic Coven Tarot, where we'll be deliberating the findings for any type of combinatorial, like pairing energy. And that's by Lillian Lazenby. We have a pair of kings here. Two kings. So nine of pentacles, which is building itself up from the inside out. It also can talk about Venus and Virgo here. It's from the other side. So somebody was worthy of being recognized or being seen. Or maybe they finally recognized us, and the karmic lesson is not our own. They were competitive or karmic or crossing conundrum, challenging. There might have been some kind of ego or pettiness, jealousy, even haterade. It's almost as if they perceived being rejected. And that's just the way they saw because they needed to wake up, handle up, level up. Okay, I'm getting a narrative. So this is around some love. Because you know what I'm hearing? That we kind of came in a little scary and we came in a little bit too powerful. Not too powerfully. I'm not saying we projected powerful energy outward. I'm just saying, like, maybe something tried to come towards us and we were too powerful. The kind of balked, cowered in the corner. There might have been a misattribution of some kind. I don't quite know what that is, but it did come out in the clarifiers. Because something is coming back in to work itself out, and judgment is here. This other side is being deemed as worthy finally, but it's some type of redemption, salvation. One shot through the heart, the pound breaking in. No one has the power to hurt you like you can. We're clarifying this double 10. So something completed. A cycle that we don't even have the full knowledge of has completed. We might not be aware that something's been on the back burner working itself out in the background, having to deal with somebody's perception of being defended. Because it says here that we're innocent, pure, naive. If there was any type of harshness, it wasn't our intention. We weren't going in there to be deceptive, to use or play games or anything. If there was a kind of breakdown and upheaval, really some type of crossing challenge conundrum, compounding, cascading cacophony of karma with the Five of Wands, haterade, the other side is suspect. Infante disparity. So like the Page of Swords, second guesses, they scrutinize, they would be a little bit scorpionic energy. You know, they would love, they'd feel deeply, but they might not share, or they might, you know, trust, but also verify, that kind of energy. Um, it's usually a little bit oppositional. And usually if it's bad news or it's bad findings or it's adversarial conversations, difficult conversations, it can't even just be a delayed message. Something wasn't seen or made known quickly enough. Because we have 3 pages here. So there's a lot of communication talking, there's a lot of awakenings or discoveries as well. And there's a lot of need to prepare. We need to prepare to receive some type of spiritual gift. Page of Cups, we need to prepare to receive some type of technical skill, maybe intellect, reasoning, communication. Page of Swords, we need to prepare to receive some type of transmission. Page of Wands. So um, there's also, you know, regard. Don't become too fanatical. Page of Wands. Don't become too promiscuous or precocious. Page of Swords. Don't be too trusting, naive, inept, um, innocent. Page of Cups. So there's messages there because King of Pentacles. There's mastery and the ability to commit, to be steady, to be stable. King of Pentacles is crowning this reading as well. I am under the impression that if there was some kind of language around, like, hey, I'm feeling you, I want to be in a connection with you, what's up, what have you, then there would have been a different, a shift, a break in the path here. From Los Scarabeo, we will be deliberating any type of correlative or corresponding energy from Vita Sibilla, the Daily Oracle. As I said, Virtues of Abundance is the Galactic Temple of Ascension, delivering second messages from behind the veil. Go ahead and smash that like button if anything resonates deeply with you. You know, the other side needs to put something to bed because there was a wounding in the past that they're still holding on to. Everything should be out in the clear, or the situation's matured significantly and quite greatly. Grant me a moment here. It's getting hot. But what we don't know is that they need to put to bed some kind of resentment. And there's a malady here where we can attend to it. We don't necessarily need to give the medicine, but we do need to say, like, here's the truth, here's what's up, here's what happened, here's what went down, here's what you might not know. X, Y, Z, L, M, N, P, A, B, C, T, U, V, E, F, G, ad nauseum, and infinitum, etc. You know, so on and so forth, so whatever, what have you. You know, just spell it out, parcel it out. Because it seems like there's some type of competition, maybe a vindictive energy as well, because something was precious, something should have been said, or a message really should have been received of affection or loyalty, fidelity, commitment to this connection. I'm feeling something went down, something went wrong, and it needs to be fixed, and it's karmic here. There should have been action taken on our side. We should have attended to a situation when something came through and we were a little bit too cold. So this other side got a message a little bit too late that actually there was something to work on here. And now this other side has to change their life around to come back in or to be more accessible, approachable, or whatever, what have you. Okay, I just heard something, but it won't come out in the energy. There needs to be more vocalization here is one thing that I'm sensing because it feels like both sides are doing the most, doing the something, but we're not necessarily on the same page. We're both trying to react and respond, navigate, negotiate, remaining present and participating, but we're not together. It's almost like we just need to fix a bunch of things on both sides instead of working together towards something. So something's being acted out here is what that tells me. Thought it would never change, but as time moves on, the ugly duckling grew up to be a swan. Yeah, so we're buckling under the weight of some innocence. Like things, when we woke up to the reality of the situation, we lost that innocence. Something hurts. Whatever truth, whatever startled us awake, it hurts. So we're pulling on this two, we have a pair of aces here, which is some type of union typically. Seven of Pentacles here. The groundwork was laid, some kind of foundation out. There might have been something short-sighted or procrastinating. Something took too long, so there was a destabilization and depletion. Something might have even been dismantled or degraded. With a pair of fives means that it can be chaotic as well. There's an Eight of Swords here, so somebody was second guessing, or there was a little bit of energy projection, spiritual manipulation with the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. That could be pre-spell work, especially something might have gone down around the Pisces season. That's the Virgo full moon. Something might have gotten bound, really. And I got a confirmation on that just now. Something was pinned down in a jar in some type of energetic barrier around the Virgo full moon. And that could also be what's coming out because the past is coming back to haunt or confront some type of alignment. We would have been under the energy at one time where a spell would have worked. It was witchcraft, Five of Wands, chaos magic. A spell would have worked, and now for some reason we've grown out of that energy. It's unbind, it's unraveling, it's unraveling itself. It's reversing on its own. And so now we're pulling on this pair of knights. Yeah, there was spell work, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Wands. With the devil, this energy projection. Okay, so now we're doing this double knight. They sent a spirit. Some kind of fallen angel is what they tuned into. So yeah, a spell broke, curse lifted, a hex broke here with the Ten of Sword. That came out upright. It was some type of binding, a pair of fives here. It was some type of binding, but there's going to be reconciliation, and we're the ones who are traumatized. So we were kind of more in the right, even though the devil was on our side. Something about us was terrifying. The other side looked at us and didn't want to act, or some type of negative energy was put towards us, trying to make us ugly, trying to make us grotesque, rotund, something of that nature. We had a pair of aces, and we also have Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. That's another trigger. Vertex of Abundance is Galactic Temple, delivering second messages from behind the veil. If anything resonates deeply with you, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book the session, send a donation. With information sometimes in the show notes or the about section or the description box. You might need to click through into the YouTube channel if you're on another platform. Between the Hamsa hands, there should be, if it's not in every video, but most often, there's a summary of some kind. I don't know if this fell out face up or face down. It feels like face down. So somebody might have also thought that we were too sexy and you know, I'm getting they were avoidant. Infatuation, destiny, help. Yeah, so we were victimized in some kind of way. I'm hearing that sounds pretty hurts. Yeah, denial of connection. We were victimized in some kind of way. We were denied the chance to speak to some type of connection because it never made it to our front door. There was a lot going on behind the scenes. It was decided that it wasn't going to work before it even happened. Somebody thought of the idea and killed it before it was even birthed. Okay, so cycles. Visionary watching. Yeah, there were eyes on us, but there was a narrative, some type of projection as well. Dysfunctional, unstable, hurtful, toxic, devil. Same scenarios keep recurring but unable to learn necessary lessons, predictable, repetitive cycles of breaking up and getting back together again. I finally see and understood everything. I'm feeling hopeful for the future. I'm envisioning you back in my life while continuously working on myself. We keep playing the same story over and over again. It never ends. Well, when are we going to do better so we can be better? Even if I'm gone, I'm still connected to you in some kind of way. I cannot cut you out completely, but I am afraid to return. My only interaction with you is through your social media. I miss you. I'm hearing that song. They said that breaking up is hard to do. Now I know that it's true. Don't say that this is the end. That Neil Sedaka. Instead of breaking up, I wish that we were making it again. Don't take your love away from me. Now I know I could be that breaking up is hard to do. Um, we got a lot of energy here. So something is happening here in Taurus. Here's the Taurus. Okay, got it going. Here's the Taurus. Something's happening here in Taurus. Okay. There might have been prejudice in the past, lazy, self-indulgent, slow-moving, stubborn, materialistic, but now there's some practical loyalty, trustworthy stability, taking pleasure in beauty. That breaking up is hard to do. Okay, so we might be waiting on a breakup. Not for us, but maybe they went and got attached. I don't know. I don't know. It's not my place. Free will, independently taking action regardless of the effects. Yeah, that's what they needed to do. I want to be able to make my own decisions and not feel bounded by our connection or the nor the opinions of others. I am not ready to commit and I'm unsure of what the future holds. I'm hearing a talking head. When the days go by, as good as it ever was. But we're at some kind of critical junction here. I know I have control of my life. No one is holding me captive, and no one is controlling my circumstances. I recognize the power of my free will, and I now choose to be happy. And look what this card says. Okay. They said that breaking up is hard to do. Now I know. I love me some Neil Sedaka. I had to let that out. Okay, so March, the Death card, Five of Pentacles. Okay, we were left out in the cold. Ten of Wands, it's a burden. Some type of karmic. Now we have three tens here. So a cycle is coming full circle now. Okay, it's an expansion of a completion. We have all, uh-oh, uh-oh. Grant me a moment, dear. Okay, so that's by the hair of our chinny chin chin. Because, girl, um, we had a double five before, but it went away. So we have three fives right now, which mean anarchy. There was some kind of witchcraft, okay, where we were stripped. And um, This prevalence of fives is telling me specifically chaos, because three fives is chaos, anarchy. So we're breaking the norm. We might need to rebel. And I say we, me, us, and this other energy, whether on our own or together. We may be working together, but in separate little places, not knowing that we're working together. I'm not seeing a lot of mirror energy. We're operating independently, not knowing that there's some kind of energy we're both reacting to in different ways. So a prevalence of fives, three specifically, is anarchy, but it's order over chaos with the Hierophant here. I initially thought it was a witch, but with the corresponding cards or the clarifiers, actually no. If there was a queen or other energies, but with the judgment and the justice, it negates witchcraft. Literally, there's bringing order over chaos, which means this energy was projected towards this individual, and there is witchcraft. We have the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. We have the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. So 3 10s tells us that something is trying to come full circle. It's an expansion of a completion. So it's another chapter in a story that's nearly almost written. And with each corresponding 5, it tells me that there were karmic lessons that were learned. So even if it seems like something here when bad is never gonna, la-di-da, yada-yada, actually saving somebody, Chariot and the Judgment card. This is dividing the wheat from the chaff. Judgment and the Justice card. There's going to be some spontaneous maturity here. Yeah, because there's loyalty that isn't present or isn't seen. Death card in the 5 of Cups, that's a purging. It's literally like flushing the cosmic, toilet and getting all the gross energy out. The karmic broom, mic drop. The karmic broom is being swept with the death card here. The karma is the 5 of Wands. So the thing that we most want, and it's we are not the we, the thing that the other side most wants, they're thinking about it. Really precious gifts here. And they're actually going to move on it. It's going to come through, pull through. It will. Like there's hope here when before there was despair, desperation, or longing. Despair, displeasure, or longing. The Chariot with the the Chariot with the 5 of Cups literally means moving through, getting to the bottom of something, parceling things out, processing. The Chariot in the 4 of Cups, let's see what that means. That Nisadaka song is still playing in my head, and the line is, "Don't take your love away from me." So somebody's hoping that we don't go, that they have another chance. Yeah, they need another moment because now they've come out of their cocoon. La Giretta is like blossoming butterfly coming from the cocoon. We call it a chrysalis. So there's been some type of transformation. Duh, with the 1010, duh. There's been a massive cycle of learning and completions. We have a 9 here, something completed. 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, something completed. All with the Hermit. So somebody had to go to the depths of their soul and learn a few things, and they did that. Because each 5 turned into the 10, which means the karmic lesson was learned. The 5s are lessons. And it's also sometimes for high stakes. So something turns around suddenly with Ilardo. And what it is we're going to end up in a union. When there was a group of energy that thought that this other energy was too naive and needed to be protected. There could have been a little jealousy here with the 5 of Wands, but I'm getting the energy here that some kind of third party thought they were going to suspend the situation because somebody was crying or hootering or hollering or yelling or whatever have you, and somebody took a decision that maybe they shouldn't have. they might have thought that they were protecting the situation. This energy is hidden, but something was kind of suspended or repressed or suppressed or something of that nature. For cups, they might have thought they were being helpful, but actually they weren't. They brought an ending to this that it wasn't a complete ending because the residue was still inherent in this other person. And we can feel some type of connection to this other side as well still. But if we were connected to somebody with the vidovo, the widower, they still are carrying around the wound. It's also the three of swords. Here it's the three of spades. So it's like the three of swords in the tarot. It's re de pique, three of basically spades. What is this 8, 9, and 10 of pentacles here? Yeah, this energy was always inching towards us, and I feel that some third party perceived that as distress. And sometimes your friends really mean well, but they're not going to do the best for you because, like, sometimes we take medical advice from our mechanic. We might be talking out loud about our experience instead of somebody asking what kind of support we need. They just intervene because they are in distress watching our discomfort. It's almost like vicarious trauma. Seeing us go through something hard or difficult, they intervene really to regulate themselves instead of co-regulating with us, saying like, "Hey, I don't want to see you suffer like that. Have you thought of it this way? Have you looked at it that way? Do you want to just out? Do you want to affirm your self-worth and value? Do you want to hold your boundaries instead of lingering around wounded, conjuring up some hurting from the past? Why don't you just let this go?" That's a better way, a better friend. But not everybody's that evolved. Not everybody's that awakened. They might, cut a corner, take a shortcut just so that they don't have to watch this other person suffer. Because this other person could not approach us because we were too powerful. And this energy, if there is a third party, they did want to take us down a notch or two. They were offended that it was perceived that we were rejecting, but honestly, we require some kind of truth. And that's not how we were approached. There was a missed opportunity, and this other energy is looking at that like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that. Okay, but I feel like we did as well. Like we missed something as well. Because we might just be at a very high level or a very high bar or at a very high elevation or a very high vibration, and not a lot of low vibration things get to us. And fives are the bottom of the totem pole. That's why they're called lessons. What is this Two of Pentacles with the Judgment card? Because something's being saved, retrieved, not restored, but something's being attended to by the divine. It's almost like the universe is monitoring a situation because we needed to be affectionate and we were just stoic or strong. There was a time when something didn't seem viable, and so it moved on, but it created karma because there was some type of agreement. And yeah, because there's despair here. When things came out into the open, there is despair, so much so that it left a wound that couldn't be let go. And again, like I said, we weren't forthright with our affections, and somebody thought there wasn't any, they might have even perceived rejection. So there was a couple of pairings I didn't get before, and then we have new ones. I didn't see this double page, and I didn't see this double knight. So let's look at this pair of pages. It talks about some type of reunion here. Something is being worked out because we have favor. But what needs to get worked out is heartache and heartbreak that we didn't work together at some kind of time. There's a harbinger of dissent and a harbinger of doom here. I mean, harbinger of discord and a harbinger of doom here with the Three of Pentacles. There was third party interference because they wanted to help out a friend. when the thing to do was stop being timid about a give and take. If you're not sure about another person's feelings, say, "Hey, I'm feeling you. Is it safe to follow that, or should I let it go?" I don't know what language works for people, but here's what I don't believe, and it's different for 100% people in their feminine energy, but you'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you're already at a no, make sure it's out loud instead of just in your mind. Otherwise, you're rejecting yourself. And it works different on the side of the spectrum, and it's not always your gender assigned at birth. It can be your gender identified, but the feminine energy opens the door, the masculine walks through it, and the masculine might need to knock on the door. You're like, "Hey, I'm feeling you. Is it okay if I approach you?" Or, "Hey, I'm catching a vibe, I'm catching an energy. I would like to explore that. Can I check up on it?" Eight of Cups. So that could be timidity, needing to get to higher ground, needing to mature. It's power in trenches or in trammels, which mean sometimes we feel empowered by just being stuck, and then there's another eight. This is second guessing or being confused. There's also terms and conditions. This other side needed to be approached the right kind of way too, not for some hanky-panky roaming the sheets, but um, there's three eights here, which definitely talks about spell work and manipulation. So spell work, I'm feeling that it was words, it wasn't actual spells. Like somebody was in this person's ear that made them doubt and put some fear into them. Some type of breadcrumbing as well. Yeah, it was an illusion or facade or gassing or glamour. When clearly right in front of them was an open door, Ace of Wands. All the aces are doors. This was a creative new beginning, and it was a viable opportunity. All they needed to do was attend to the situation and be like, "Hey, I'm feeling these things. I don't know what to interpret here. Could you help me understand? Could you help me feel better?" Another page, two pages already, and then we have the Nine of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles. So that would have been a relationship right there. Instead, they got this Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups, confusion, delusion, illusion, um, unhealed, unawakened, living in sin, mirage, gaslighting, facade, glamour magic, mirror magic, projection. And they ran right into that boldly, Knight of Swords. And so that's what happens when you take medical advice from your friends. And that's a spicy, dicey topic, but let me put it to you this way. If the person's not asking for help, your help is going to be a hindrance. In addition to asking for help, a person needs to be clear on what their needs and intentions are, or the person helping needs to understand what the other person's needs and intentions are. Otherwise, we're not helping, we're hindering. So they got advice from somebody that didn't have the proper perspective to help with the situation. And in fact, they hemmed them up. Now, we could have been a little bit more forthright or open or accessible or something, but with all those energies around, it just says like we were standing in our own power, and that made us terrified. And instead of the person fawning or having curiosity, investigation, examination, they ran straight into their ego, straight into their shadow. But they barreled forward towards some type of karmic lesson, and they learned it. They learned said lesson. If you got it, flaunt it, boy, I know you want it. Okay, I'm not one to sing Bay songs, but that's coming through. See why you check up on a check on me tonight, and then and then there's the Two of Cups. Okay, I had to let that out. Um, Ten of Swords, Eight of Swords. There was confusion and some type of devastation, a collapse. Because again, we're austere. You need to come at us with truth. We knew that we had love in our heart, love in our hand, but somebody did not approach us the right way, and they weren't going to make it through with a bunch of BS. They were coming through with some shoddy little scrawny energy, and we were like, nope, that won't come. As they came towards us, they were going to face some type of reckoning, either death and collapse, and they couldn't face the music at that time. Wow, so now what's this 555? I got to know. I got to know. Yeah, they were definitely confused. They didn't know what to do. They were needing discernment. They needed to understand, but instead of asking for help, clarification, understanding, they tried to assist the situation. It was just not on the level. And so, yeah, there was third party interference, triangulation. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. We have a lot of jumpers here. This third party was pessimistic. Okay. To be honest, they were the ones doing the witchcraft. That's why all these vibes are here because they helped this other person stay out in the cold as a protective mechanism instead of being bold and taking action. And the major canas are not supposed to be in this deck right now. I use this deck right specifically, and for some reason we had the hangman. So, yeah, that was suspended animation. They surrendered to a false god with the 5 of Pentacles here. They got left out in the cold. So now we're clarifying the triple 10, King of Wands, massive action. So this is what the cycle is going to bring. Because now we have the King of Wands, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. So there's another go around here. Things are going to expand. They're going to speed up, and we're going to try to figure something out. Okay. So it's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the honor of doing so. If anything resonated deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. This was a message about a potential love that had a whole bunch of karmic lessons in the way. Because instead of being on the same page, somebody was of an opposing mind. There's one more pairing to clarify here, and we had a second pair of knives come out. So they were second guessing and confused. It took them a while to work their way through, but now they've overcome some karmic lessons because there was some karma to the legacy here, and they're working on working something out. So, and it's the other side, not us. This energy is coming back around. If somebody has clarity and they've made a decision, the answer is yes, and they're coming back in. We'll keep having the Knight of Wands, which is the returner, with the King of Swords. And it's going to take them a long time. Now we have the Knight of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. So a slow, late arrival, but it is a return. King of Swords is back. So we keep getting the King of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and now we have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. So yeah, there needs to be love here, not just clarity, but love, affection, and some courage, strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me to do so. Just a really quick prayer to all those lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion, lost in the seas of time, trapped somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to respect the grace of the divine, unconditional love and universal oneness. We love you. We're sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. We pray that your steps are ordered, your path illuminated, and that you find peace and salvation in this lifetime. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be whole, may you be at peace. May you receive everything you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve until we meet again, until we read again. Namaste, Dhanava, and Ashe. Sayonara, that's Vidanya, Vida, then take good care. We'll see you in the next one. Go ahead and smash that like button. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.